Hey, Dr. Mikola Rashik of Maragenomics here with a quickie video. And I just want to let you know that obviously I'm lately focused on the topic of cancers, especially cancers as it relates to everything we've been experiencing with the pandemic. And for example, started a series on turbo cancers. And I just gotta let you know that one of the reasons why I cannot even bother to answer all of the questions or comments, I should say, that are being posted in those videos is because I find it's very, very overwhelming. So, what I mean is that basically some of the comments and information that is posted is just heartbreaking. It's really overwhelming. Like I try to answer it, and oftentimes it just feels too sad, and I don't even know what to say. Like, what can you say that can help someone in their intense grieving process? And look, I'm obviously used to human pain to some degree and suffering because I've been dealing with people affected by a variety of rare genetic diseases in the past as well, and cancer. Of course, I've been dealing with cancer patients for a while, but the reason why this is so overwhelming for me is that some of the comments people talk about that in the last few years they lost huge chunks of their family members to cancer, like where a big portion of family just simply disappeared in a matter of few years. It's just absolutely heartbreaking information. Just it's even, how can you imagine this? And that's not something that one can easily identify with. This reminds me though of some of the suffering I heard in the past when I was talking to women who came from families afflicted with breast cancer, with genetic predisposition breast cancer. And luckily, normally, breast cancer is quite treatable. It's one of the most successfully treated cancer types we have right now. But once in a while, you can have genetic conditions that can be absolutely devastating to the families. And literally, some of these women, I remember they were describing this, that this is similar to like a war zone where cancer takes out so many women in the family that it's like being in a war. And yet it's just because of unfortunate genetic mutations that can be passed on from generation to generation, right? And right now, the description that I see in the comments to those, say, turbo cancer videos reminds me of this, where people sometimes people list numerous family members that have passed away, and this is all within the last few years, so from the onset of the pandemic. So it's very heartbreaking, and I try and I answer some comments, but just so you know, sometimes I just can't really cope with it properly, and I can only handle so much before I'm like, I need to tap out, because I'm just emotionally overwhelmed. So I just wanted to let you know that this is not because I don't care or I ignore the information. It's just because of the fact that it's too much. It's just too much, because the amount of these comments and the description of suffering is also just too much and overwhelming. That's all I wanted to let you know. Check out the videos. There's now a series of them dedicated to turbo cancers, so specifically also some videos based on my own published reviews in terms of how cancers might be now promoted in individuals post-pandemic. The reason why I'm personally interested in investigating this in great detail is because I'm curious to know whether, if we understand the molecular mechanisms, whether we can actually do something about it down the road in terms of prevention mechanisms, as well as, of course, like how do we help people. And I'm also just did a video on describing what type of cancers might be seen specifically post mRNA shots. And we're talking about type of cancers that it's not necessarily saying that shots are causing cancer, but basically what cancers are showing up immediately after shots, and what could that mean? All right, so I'll see you around. Ciao for now.